Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. Innovations in fintech is changing financial landscape. The emerging financial technologies continue to impact how companies do business and how people handle digital transactions. Since the turn of the century, innovation in technology has played a progressively substantial role in our daily lives. From smartphones to home assistants to AI chatbots, people are now relying on tech more than ever to simplify or improve productivity and quality of life. The COVID pandemic has only accelerated this trend with increasing tech adoption across industries and sectors, making it more mainstream. This is also increasingly true for banking and finance. Technology started playing a more critical role in the financial sector. As such, 57% of consumers now prefer to use online banking tools to manage their finances. To compare, this figure sat at 49% pre-COVID-19 as per market research. The personal finance sector has certainly been no exception. Consumers have already become increasingly dependable on tech to research, invest and manage their investments even more. So over the past 6 months, the rise of financial technology has modernized many processes for both service providers and the consumers. To be more precise, fintech has made the vast, complicated world of personal finances far more accessible to the average consumers. The technology boom in developed and developing countries has slowly moved from internet banking to mobile banking and is now taking a new direction towards digital banking. The RBI governor sees 4 landscapes emerging in the banking sector in the current decade, including the growth of digital players who will increasingly emerge as critical pieces across all segments. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Cabinet approves for solar manufacturing scheme for 10,000 watt capacity under PLI. The Union Cabinet has approved the proposal of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy for ramping up domestic manufacturing of solar photovoltaic, that is PV panels, under the Production Linked Incentive Scheme. The Cabinet in November 2020 had okayed Rs 4,500 crores for manufacturing high-efficiency solar PV modules. The proposed scheme is envisaged to create additional 10,000 megawatt capacity of integrated solar PV manufacturing plants in the country. Nokia, Ericsson are keen to expand manufacturing base in India. The PLI scheme in telecom and networking products aim to make India a global hub of manufacturing telecom equipments, including other wireless equipments and enterprise equipments like switches, routers and other core transmission equipments required for 4G and 5G next generation radio access, customer premises equipment, Internet of Things, access devices. Government said vendors like Ericsson and Nokia are keen to expand their existing operation in India for global supply chain under the Rs 12,195 crore production linked incentive scheme of the government. Google introduces a new app review process to resolve issues of policy violations. Google has introduced a new app review process for both developers and advertisers to help them resolve issues upfront and lessen the likelihood of future policy violations. The new process will help enhance the mobile app inventory quality for developers who choose to monetize with their AdMob or Ad Manager platforms before allowing unrestricted ad serving. As per the reports, app reviews will be rolled out gradually this year with 2 features, that is app readiness and app claiming. Zoom restricted access to government agencies and state-owned companies in Russia. A report says Zoom had banned its distributors from selling to government agencies and companies in Russia and a number of post-Soviet countries known as the Commonwealth of Independent States over concerns of new US sanctions against Moscow. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has said, "We need to switch to alternatives. They do exist." No need for lockdown. Focus on COVID-19 tests, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Chief Ministers. India was in the grip of a serious public health crisis that had surpassed the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday urged state governments to test more, even if that meant higher reporting of the infection. Armed with experience of managing the first wave, better health infrastructure and a locally manufactured vaccine, lockdowns should be avoided altogether, the Prime Minister told Chief Ministers at the virtual meet on COVID. So, micro-containment zones should be strategy, he said. China creates its own digital currency, digital yuan. China creates its own digital currency, a first for a major economy, outlines the likely impact of Beijing's initiative and the strategic possibilities it offers in terms of avoiding US blockades of its companies, how this will boost its role in international transactions while allowing it to monitor its economy in real time. Beijing sees the move as a way to increase its monetary sovereignty. With credit cards and payment apps, money dealings are already some sort of virtual. But now, China is turning legal tender itself into computer code, the Wall Street Journal reported. Jio and Airtel rupees 1,497 crore spectrum deal to strengthen Jio's footprint. Reliance Jio has signed an agreement with Bharti Airtel to acquire a portion of spectrum in 800 MHz band for Andhra Pradesh, Delhi and Mumbai circles at an aggregate value of rupees 1,497 crores. It is the first such deal between the two telco giants that otherwise compete fiercely in the market. Market analysts have termed the deal mutually beneficial and win-win for both. RTGS and NEFT money transfer facilities are extended beyond banks, says RBI. With an aim to encourage participation of non-banks across payment systems, the central bank said till now only banks were allowed to use RTGS and NEFT payments facilities. Now, prepaid payment instrument, that is PPI, issuers, card networks, white label ATM operators and trade receivables discounting system, that is TREDS, platforms can use NEFT and RTGS modes. Lenovo ThinkBook with AMD Ryzen 5 5500U CPU 60 WHR battery unveiled. Lenovo ThinkBook 14 is available with the latest AMD Ryzen 5000 series CPU for the Chinese market. It comes with a 14-inch display and there seems to be a single RAM and storage configuration. The Lenovo ThinkBook 14 Ryzen edition allows the laptop's webcam to be placed in the idle spot on top of the display. The screen of the ThinkBook 14 Ryzen edition can open 180 degrees. It weighs only 1.4 kg and is just 17.9 mm thick. Godrej and Boyce appoints Ambarish Singh as the CISO. Godrej and Boyce has appointed Ambarish Singh as its new Chief Information Security Officer. Singh joins Godrej after a 5-year stint at Flipkart. Here, Ambarish will be leading the cybersecurity and risk management domains at the manufacturing company. The experience of Ambarish working with CIRT Navy, Government of India for more than 20 years is definitely going to help the company to grow more. Summing up, with the help of technology intelligence, intricate algorithms, machine learning, and big data are swiftly replacing traditional financial practices. Backed by such powerful tech innovations, fintech is completely changing the corporate landscape in multiple industries and reinventing the way companies gain access to finance. Now, the personal finance solutions can be offered on smartphones. Thus, it is now possible to make informed financial decisions in real time. Although some banks have started to develop their own personal finance management software, many are turning to fintech startups, tech service providers, and smart device manufacturers for their offerings. With increased digitalization and development of fintech, the traditional way of credit evaluation are expected to be replaced by new-age credit evaluation methods that focus on a slew of non-financial and reliable transactional data. The IT revolution brings the fintech segment offered an alternative to the individuals and corporates alike, enhancing consumer experience, simplifying processes, and making it faster and efficient format of financial transactions across platforms. It is fact that now the banks slowly started feeling the pinch of growing customer acceptance of such non-banks or startups, threatening them with their competitive, high-technology, low-cost products or services to keep customers delighted and raise the bar of expectations. Fintech is expected to challenge the financial sector with innovations and its exponential growth. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.